Shining and boy, we winning. We about to make a killing. I don't care what you feeling. I know you wanna steal it. Want it, then come and get it. You want it, then come and get it. You want it, then come and get it. Hold up, wait a minute.
I gotta tell you, that beat gets me fired up every single Tuesday. What's up, Knights of Degen? Welcome to the Degen Huddle on this Tuesday. And guys, I told you each week is a rotating guest. And I'm super stoked that we got our boy, Mike O'Day, hanging out with us tonight. Let's see how he did with his KFFL recap. Guys, let's bring him on. What up, Mike? Oh, Mike.
Oh, hey, sorry. I was just looking at the KFLL. My team, sad week. So I normally would bring the energy, but going into yesterday's game, I had a good chance, and our team came up just a little bit short. So it hurts. It still hurts. I'm like you're like talk about it. I'm like, dude, I'm sad. Yeah. It's one loss, but
unfortunately, Mike, we're gonna end up having to talk about it a little bit, And
that's why I told you yesterday. I was like, I'll only come on if I win, and then I realized that wasn't a fair disclaimer. So well, I would be a little bit more joyful if my team won, but happy to be here with you, Celso, nonetheless, and we can talk about a wide array of other things in fantasy sports besides just my team in this team. 1 week of loss.
Yeah, that's the good thing about this show, right? At least we're covering everybody's stuff. We just have to highlight you as the guest. You're actually the second guest now. So we've been keeping track of it. You and Tiki both had to make appearances on the show after a loss.
So we've yet to have a winning
We did last week. Claudia Bellafato came on, and Claudia actually won hers. So we're 1-2
didn't know if there was
right
like
now.
a curse or something like that. So
yeah,
it's pretty balanced.
No Madden Jigga Porto curse, all right? It's not happening. Well, you know what? Let's jump into it, bro. I want to let's first look at the top guys in Sleeper this week. These are the guys that put on a show and put up the most points. So we got Lamar Jackson with 43, who went crazy. You got Herbert, who went 30, Devontae Smith, Hollins, Mark Andrews, Jalen Hurts, Brown, Lawrence, Allen, and Henry. Before we move too far, Mike, do you have any of these guys on your team?
So I have 3 fantasy teams, like in different leagues. I have a couple of them in other teams, none in my KFFL Knights team.
So in other words, this might be a good reason why you lost.
Yeah, but I mean, go down the list. Look, like Herbert wasn't even the starting running back this week, right? Like David Montgomery got hurt super early. Like it's just you have unpredictable weeks, and week 3 is always a little bit funky.
Yeah, what's weird too is a lot of names that have been showing up these first 3 weeks. You've got your couple that are your normals, right? Like Lamar, and Henry finally showed up. But you're getting a lot of these. So
Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen, they've been up there. Mark Andrews, I mean, him and Lamar are step and step, right? So
yeah.
Hollywood Brown is just the target machine. This week it's Devontae Smith, not AJ Brown. But it's a similar theme, I'd say.
Yeah. So I mean, this was a pretty big stud list right here from this weekend. Before we break down your team, Mike, was there somebody this weekend while you were watching the games that stood out to you as someone that you think is a great pickup?
In this league, the benches are so deep that it like there's not like the waiver wire is thin is the reality of it. So you actually have to. I mean, great fantasy strategy is thinking weeks in advance, right? So even like as you'll look at our team, like we have. We have a co-manager to my team who I manage all my fantasy sports teams with. We have a big trophy case of career winnings. Nice. But I mean, you have to think 3 or 4 weeks in advance, right? And say like, okay, this person has a chance to pop in the future because you're not going to get the Herbert who's like, if he's sitting there, he's the absolute must get player, right? But
everybody knows that now.
He's taken already in 80% of the leagues because people are like, have the viable backups.
Yeah. Was there a game this weekend, bro? That was like the game of the week for you?
Yesterday. And our guys fell short. We just didn't work out. Like the game of the week, it doesn't always come to fruition. But I would say that was the prime time moment in terms of fantasy.
Yeah. And man, a lot rode on that game for you. So you know what? Let's break down your team, bro, so everybody can see it. All right, Knights. Here is Team O'Day, Bob Baffert boys. We got
Stable.
Herbert, Taylor. You got Zeke, Samuel, Terry McLaurin. You got Michael Thomas, Ferguson, Shepard, and 49ers. That's not a bad squad.
I pride myself on being a strong fantasy player. And I have accolades to like back that up in even like pretty compelling or competitive leagues. But like, so in most like Yahoo, ESPN, if your guy already played, you can't drop him. Like to pick up a new player. I was so pissed because there was an oversight that was like so bad. Have Dalton Schultz as my like normal tight end, right? So, and yes, Sunday afternoon I realized it, but it was already too late to like make a move where like AJ Green was playing at 1. I was like, fuck, like Dalton Schultz might not play. And it's a Monday night game. Fortunately, Sleeper allows you to actually like drop players after they already play, which I was surprised about. So we were able to drop AJ Green and get I think his name's Jake Ferguson. To give us a little bit better shot. But like so going into yesterday, basically end of Sunday, we needed 30 points with Zeke, Sterling Shepard, and Dalton Schultz, who was hopefully going to play, right? And then we ended up having to make a move for Ferguson. So we needed 30 between basically Zeke and Shepard and a couple from Ferguson, but
yeah,
didn't quite get there. They gave up like 27 or something like that.
Yeah, so the final score in your game ended up being, I think I have it here, 99.6 to 102.1. Like you literally brought it super close.
Yeah, and in PPR, that's it's nothing, but that's the game of fantasy, right? Like it's you can't whine about the that's not even a super tight loss. There's so many games out there that are 0.15, and it's like literally someone in all the games, it's like 2 extra yards gets you a win, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had some crazy wins in my life. This was in the championship one year. I was like down. I only had defense playing, and it was Green Bay versus maybe the Bears or something like that. Final game, like game week 16. There was like 2 minutes left in the game. I needed 3 points to win. I got a sack fumble in the one play, so I got 3. And won by like 0.15 in the championship. Like that stuff just happens, right? So there's no sad feelings about like 1 week. I'm kidding on how sad I was. Like it's the nature of fantasy sports. I'm still extremely confident in my ability that I'll be standing back up here on this show with a trophy.
Oh, okay. All right.
We'll put that on film.
We're gonna
I'm 1 and 2
this
right now, just for the record. So I'm not in a thriving place.
All right. So talking shit from behind. That's awesome.
Yeah. The great thing about talking shit from behind, that if it happens to work out, it's even like better shit talk to mark down than if you're like dominating. It's like, cool, you talk shit while you're ahead. No. No one's gonna remember, if we don't. But if they do, if we end up winning, when we end up winning, we can rerun this tape and say, hey, called a championship with a 1-2 record.
See, I was trying to look when I was looking at your team and who you went up against. T-Man, congratulations, by the way. T-Man G99. You pulled the mic.
Did we play Lamar Jackson this week?
Say it again.
Did we play Lamar? I played him in one league. No, he had Tua. Never mind.
He had Tua, yeah. So you beat him on the quarterback, by a point. He had Leonard Fournette. You guys were even there. Pretty even on the Najee Harris, Zeke.
Bengals D, dude, that's the killer. Our Jets let us down.
Go
figure. I mean, in reality, it's like Jonathan Taylor, Herbert, like that. They should put up more than 25 points together.
Yeah, 100%.
like, and then like a throwaway tight end, right? So there's like, and then we have Mike Evans on the bench with suspension. We'll be fine. It is what it is.
Yeah,
That 49ers game, there was a couple plays where like I thought that 49ers defense was gonna put up because they were playing Saturday night, and it was like we were versus Debo, I think. So it was like I knew that we needed to make up points, but like there was a couple plays where like the ball was on the ground, like and the 49ers didn't get it back, like Denver recovered, and it's like, dang, if we could have gotten one of those to bounce our way, get that touchdown or something.
So close.
How'd you do? I don't want to award all the topics.
Well, you know, I wasn't even planning on talking about it, but I noticed even in the chat, Original Dankster stopped by and said, "Did I miss Jigga talking about kicking my butt?" No, you're right on time, bro. How you doing? Actually, pretty good, man. A little 139.37 to 75.
Solid. That's a good week. What's your record?
It's okay. It's 3-0.
Ah, all right, JiggaMan.
It's funny too because in our league, when we had our draft, I was producing the show plus doing the live draft, and then had to go do another show. And they were all making
that's hectic.
Yeah, and they were talking so much crap because I drafted 3 quarterbacks. A mistake. I drafted a third, and they're like, "Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing."
Let's just talk for a second, like auction drafts are interesting in general, right? Because it's just so much. You have no idea what like. Snake drafts are one thing. They're super predictable, right? You're like, okay, like this is, I'm 5 picks out. I'll probably be getting this. You can more strategize. Like auction drafts, it's so much more free flowing, right? So like even like Jonathan Taylor, that was not our target going into the draft. But like you don't even in these leagues, you don't even know who's in your league, right? So it could be like strong players, bad players, but you like have to play defense in ways at times too, where like someone is super underpriced and you're like bidding up. And it's like, all right, we're not trying to get like trapped with this person, but like we're okay at this price. But you don't want someone else to get like whatever it is, Jonathan Taylor for $55. So you'll be like, okay, 56, 57, 60, cap it, and then it's all of a sudden you're like, oh shoot, like I thought someone else was going to come in, but you take it. It's like fine value, right? But that's how auction works, right? Like, and then there's certain guys that you had your eyes on, and because you got like you're playing into another situation just to drive up the price, you're not getting the guys that you necessarily wanted.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, and the guys in the chat that were a part of my league or my division, there was times where I was kind of like, all right, let me test things out. Let me put somebody I want. Like I never put somebody I really want up, right? I was like, let me try it. And I did it. And that's how I ended up with a third quarterback because no one else bid on the thing, right? But do you remember who you spent the most money on your team? Was there somebody that
Jonathan Taylor?
It was. Do you remember roughly what you spent on him?
I think he was like 64 or something like that.
Okay.
I mean, good price. He's underperformed, but like I'm happy with having him on our team still. Their offense looks rough though. So
I mean, I pulled away with Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Lamar was great. I mean, he was probably like the fourth highest price quarterback.
Yeah, and I think I ended up getting him at a decent price because people were already spending like crazy. So when someone threw him up, I think I got him for under $20, bro.
Yeah. Like Herbert we got for 24. He wasn't a guy that we were like, we need Herbert. It was just like that price.
Exactly.
Like cheap. It was like cheap. But a couple more dollars, he was not on our team anymore. But that like is like no one else took him, right? So that ideally I probably would have ended up with like the Lamar, Jalen Hurts player that was like going into the draft. But like things happen, right? And it's like you're like, all right, I'll take Justin Herbert, and then injuries happen too. So it's like it's an issue of football, and you have to navigate. Like dude, some of my best teams ever are like the scrappiest, where you look at them on paper and you're like, this team stinks. But it's like playing those week-to-week matchups of like, okay, this person, even though Sterling Shepard just got hurt, like and didn't do as good as we needed him to.
So Mike,
it was like that was a plug and play guy, right? Like you can find those 10 to 15 points week in, week out.
So tell me if this fits the mold of what you're explaining right now, okay? Because yes, I've got Derrick Henry, I got Lamar Jackson, I've got Jamar Chase, but then I've got Garrett Wilson, I got Greg Dortch, Evan Ingram, I've got McKinnon, Eno Benjamin, Robbie Anderson, Corey Davis, and OJ Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everybody's like, there's no way you should be winning. I'm like, yeah, well, when you have a quarterback who's consistently giving me 35, 40
if you're
points
getting like, dude, Lamar's putting up 40, right? When you're getting guys that are putting up that type of number,
exactly,
you can win on some pretty bad games, like where other people are like on your team, you have a couple 5s or 6s, and like,
right,
you're 40
I shouldn't have won last week.
Even if that guy's giving you 25, it's still good. So you have an extra 15 to like kind of float.
100%. All right. So before we jump into our next segment, say what's up to everybody in the chat. What up, Agent Squirrel? I see you in there. McNasty, how you doing? Reginald Gangster. Yeah, we already talked about you, bro. I got to put up there one more time just to rub it in. Yeah. We got Jason.
You need to tweet that. You should tweet that with a picture of like.
Yeah. Jason wrote this earlier when you were talking about the comeback from behind. So lock it in, the underdog story.
Oh, I'm not. That's no underdog.
Oh, what up, Jason?
This is like it's like the Bengals starting 1 and 2, right? Like if they end up making the playoffs and winning, no one's going to be surprised.
Right.
That's my fantasy team.
Mike came in with the heat today, boy. What up, P-Mix? Mikey Mazza, what's going on, buddy? All right, so let's jump into, I think we'll do a little bit of top performers. You people have earned your moment. You've done amazing things. Top scorers of the week. Look at this guy. Look at number 3. I think we know this guy.
Dude, so close, but so far. I mean, that's like I don't know what's worse, losing the week by a little points where you get a loss, or like Z-Mark right there just barely being out nudged on the top score.
It's like
I'd almost rather be in my shoes of having taken the L on like a kind of a bad week.
Yeah, it's like, it's hurting him bad. It's like that close to $300.
Oh, dude,
so
I mean
close.
That's like that's a catch, right? If he has one more player catch a ball for 1 yard,
yeah,
right. He needs 2 yards to win. A 2-yard catch, he wins top score.
First place, 171.77. Pierce be with you. So every week we like to highlight. What was the highest?
Last week was like 180.
Yeah, and I think last week I think it was right around the 170. I think it was the first week that AJT put up like 180 something, 191. Like he killed.
This is going to be around the score range that someone needs to win this.
Yeah, because I think last week same thing was around 170, 180. Yeah, sounds about right. So I didn't know who Pierce Be With You is, but you know what? Let's make sure we give them the moment. Check out your $300 winner. Oh, yeah. It's week 3. That means we got ourselves another winner here for the KFFL. By the way, you know that means Knights Fantasy Football League. But anyways, guys, actually, hey, does anybody know who Pierce Be With You is? Hello? This person won $300 in the league. Pierce Be With You? Oh, they're calling in now? Hey, Pierce Be With You.
All right, you guys, here's the deal. I was the top scorer in the league this week. Does not happen often, let me tell you right now. I just want to say thank you, you guys. Thank you to the league. I basically scored more than Zach Wilson in a room full of moms. So that was great. Also, I want to thank Lamar because he really carried the team this week. I have this here for him. This is a bag I'm going to give to him since the Ravens won't. 45 points. He put up 45 points for me, but it was a team effort. I had Rashad Penny put up more than 3 this week. He finally decided to do that. CeeDee Lamb I had as well. Will not forgive that dropped pass, but who doesn't drop a pass every once in a while? Jalen Rager. Okay, I just want to say thank you guys. It's been fun so far. Thank you for making me the top scorer this week. I will be on the Degen Huddle soon too as well to talk a little bit more fantasy. I'm excited to hop on with the guys. It's going to be a great rest of our fantasy football season.
Yeah, and he was Pierce be with you. I mean, that's 2 weeks in a row that our sports analyst ladies are coming through with wins, Mike. I think they know what they're talking about.
Pretty good.
I would say so. PMix, laugh out loud. Any vids are awesome, right? For sure. She's actually going to be on the Degen Huddle next week with us.
I'm going to mark this down, Celso. I'm going to have top score 2 weeks this year, at least.
2 weeks. Hold on. Let me timestamp this here at the 20-minute, 44-second. Michael Day, for the second time, comes through with guarantees. Now, guys, in the chat, you know what that means. We're all Degens here. Please feel free to start throwing your bets in the chat. And
the line on that is like plus 700 more, probably.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, so we did top performers, top scores. Congratulations to those.
How many times are you going to let's make a claim for you, Jigga? How many times are you going to be the top scorer in the league?
I don't know. I haven't been able to break 130, but I keep winning. So I'll focus on the big prize one. That's what I'm gonna focus.
So you're gonna mark yourself down as 0.
0 for the week? Yes, I am. Yes. Can we have this? Let's have this conversation again once I see Zach Wilson play a little bit and know that my 3 Jets receivers that are just sitting there, I'll know if they're going to be putting up points.
You have Garrett Wilson, Corey Davis, and you have Elijah Moore too?
No. Chef Eric took. I think it was Chef Eric took him like quick as can be. I think Braxton's my other one. Yeah, you know.
Brees Hall's a guy I think like I wish I had a piece of him. He looks good, right? If you watch him play, and I like Michael Carter, but I think like Brees in a PPR too is going to be a formidable player down the stretch. Yeah. And that's like, I don't know who's in my league that's watching this right now, but like, I'm going to try to line up some of those guys. I'm okay scrapping by in the regular season, make the playoffs, but like try to make some moves to set up so that like come playoff time, my team is in like full throttle. We're scoring points, right?
See, I'm worried though, because I went with, some of these ones that are stepping up, like, Dortch, and stuff like that. And I'm just like, are they going to be consistent? How about when the other weapons come back, right?
Well, Garrett Wilson, I have confidence in him.
Yeah, 100%.
Like Dortch, it's like might even be a sell high type of player right now, right? Where package him up for some things.
Ooh. At the 33-minute mark, Mike drops down some knowledge. Thanks, Mike. How about we check this one out, bro? This is the nail biter of the week. We like to highlight the closest game throughout all 21 leagues. It doesn't get any closer than that, people.
What?
122. We had a tie in week 3, bro.
Dang, I don't know if I've ever seen a tie in like score where it's scoring to like this degree of Like I've seen ties in like old school leagues would play whole points, right? And there's ties into the 100th decimal place. I've never seen it.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, to a T. Like I had no idea till I was working on
this. Should be devastating. A stat correction here would be devastating. Either way.
Yeah, I think they've been talking about it in the Discord too. They're like, we got to find out. There's got to be some sort of correction. That can't be right.
Dude, and Swift. Oh, wow. And Montgomery and Swift both got hurt. Oh, Montgomery put up 9?
Yeah.
How?
No idea. Let me see. I've got him here.
I thought he put up like 1. He got hurt like super early.
Yep, 1.1. So not 9.
But anyway, Swift got hurt early too. So that's crazy in this game.
Yep, Jungle Goat. Everybody's saying the same thing. When's the corrections happening? It's not a tie. Yes, my math on the graphic is not a tie. But on the official Sleeper app, it was a full nail biter. I don't think I've ever seen a tie in any of my leagues before, Mike. Honestly, like first time ever.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the beauty of playing like where we have some exposure to now. What is it? 13 leagues simultaneously or 12 leagues?
For KFL?
Yeah. What's the total number of leagues?
21 different leagues.
So double as many as I think. That's double the fun. I was like on 10 times the fun, but we're actually 20 times the fun.
Yeah. It was funny. We talked about this. I think it was the first week with Tiki. We all went into this like, you know what? It'd be awesome if we had like 90 people sign up. And then we ended up with like 220 plus people. So that's huge. I mean, KFFL to have 21 leagues is pretty damn dope.
The inaugural season.
So
dang, I can't wait to take home that big trophy.
Listen. I've been holding back, but at 3-0, I'm hoping my notes and my video clips
we should start doing like side wager games where it's like we're not even in the same league, and like because it's like my score versus your score, not necessarily me versus you, but that would be fun, like interleague competitions, just for pride.
I kind of like the idea. All right, people in the chat, you heard it. Mike is taking side bets, and so am I. Let us know. Throw it in the chat. Who's betting on who? Who wants to put their team against our teams? I like that idea. And now everybody's going to start doing it in Discord. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's like, all right, throw up your team. Who wants to take a piece of it?
I'd have to go back and look at their numbers because I cannot break that like 132. I was shocked to see how many teams we have.
Dude,
that
130 is solid though. Like I mean,
plus.
Listen, like if you put up 130 every week, you're going to be in the top couple scorers in your league, right? And then you just hope that you don't get like that 170 scorer against you. But like I mean, it's so random. You could be putting up 80 and then like the next week you're putting up 170. So there's not like there's some correlation, of course. Like, hey, this person has a really stacked team, but like guy goes off for 4 touchdowns and you have 2 of them.
All right. What I do like a lot though about the KFFL and what we're doing is you literally have 200 plus people that are invested as shit to this entire thing. I mean, the trade offers are like every day at this point. You've got like the alert from Sleeper with all the waiver wire pickups. Like it's just that's.
Are you proposing a lot of trades?
I'm not. I'm just declining. Bam! How you doing? I'm like, get out of here.
Who are people offering for you?
A lot of people coming after Lamar, obviously, trying that one. People tried the Derrick Henry thing, thinking I'd give up on him because he didn't have a great first 2 weeks. It's Derrick Henry, people, calm down. So that's coming a lot. And then you had people that are like, well, hey, you just got Burrow sitting there. How about Burrow? And yeah, I mean, he might be in play. People come correct with your trade offers. All right.
You don't want the Jigga elbow.
Yeah. That's how we roll. How about that's a spanking? Let's talk about big wins. You were talking about some of them a little. Whoo, Canine Wolf, you got
the almost double up is rough.
My friend, Canine Wolf. I wish I could give you some advice if you were in the chat so we can find out what's going on because that right there, Taint Farmer.
Taint Farmer.
And you had to read that name the entire weekend. I just got beat by Taint Farmer. Taint had Lamar Jackson, Jay Williams, Blair, you had Pittman, Sutton. I mean, pretty solid team.
Very. Dude, getting a 23 scoring player and still only putting up 75 is a rough week.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got Judy only giving you
sorry to rub that in.
But the same thing on
and it's like Amari Cooper. Like, let's just play this out. That was a Thursday night game, so he's like, "Oh, I'm
feeling good." He went into the weekend feeling hot. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But
it's like the favorite percentage is like sliding his favor and just like
that shit was green as can be up until Sunday afternoon. But I mean, it sucks, right? Because again, decent team, but when you sit there, you got Jackson.
I mean, Kamara is a guy who like I've exposure to in a different league, and it's like I like Kamara still. He just like hasn't shown up on the fantasy tracker as a viable option, right? Like James Conner coming back from injury, but like that's a respectable team for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do much when the Bengals are dropping 16 on you. You got Jackson dropping.
Listen, Canine Wolf can very well win a championship, right? Like
just not this one.
not this week.
K9, sorry, bro. Taint Farmer, didn't expect to say your name so many times. Good job on that spanking, bro. That was huge. But that leads me into trying something new. This one's called Not Your Fault. So close, but no cigar. These are ones that put up solid points on both sides, that if it was you against somebody else on a normal day, you'd be happy with the points. Wade, the video guy, 139.7, loses to TV reruns, 143.17.
I like how their team names are kind of in the same theme.
Yeah, isn't that that's so funny? I thought the same thing. I was doing the graphic. I was like, wait, is this the same person? The video guy and the rerun? So reruns for the win, bringing it back. How about EJ Becker? He took the win over I Am the Great One. Totally wrong week to be highlighted, bro. I Am the Great One. You lost this week, homie. But I mean, this is great to see the scores that are up there, right? Just not your fault. It's just not your fault.
Not related to this graphic at all, but I just wanted to acknowledge how the Jets are going to dominate the Steelers this upcoming weekend.
Hold on. How you doing? I had to make sure we had that moment without a graphic on screen. Oh, man. Have they given us
Zeke's
an
in there
update?
saying, talk about the Steelers. Yeah, we'll talk about them getting smacked.
Yeah. Listen, I went into
By
this
the
weekend.
Jets.
Yeah, Zook. I went into this weekend not expecting a win, right? Hoping we can catch a fire, but I already have it on my calendar. We take a W against your Steelers. All right. Talk about the Steelers. Get out of here, Zook. Also, hey Zook, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Now we've talked about all the top performers, all the good stuff. But at the same time, Mike, we still have to also do the Toilet Bowl Awards. We just have to. Ladies and gentlemen, people that are listed as the sleepers' worst GMs this week. Frost Dude taking first place with a 61.97 score. KF, I saw you in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Did you leave just now this second? We love you, man. 67.5. Dynamo America, 70.67. Badge W, 71.93. Byzantine hash, 7407. So I'm realizing, Mike, every week, if you're not breaking that 77 or higher mark, you're at the bottom across all divisions.
Yeah.
Completely. Frost Dude, 61.97. What happened, bro? What happened?
Hey, without seeing the team, let's just say a couple in-game injuries, Had that David Montgomery. You can't avoid that. Like, you're playing him, gets hurt in the first quarter.
Congratulations on your Toilet Bowl Awards. You guys earned them. I don't blame the score. I blame the GM. Okay, you have to blame someone, Mike.
I'm blaming bad luck. It's not the GM's fault.
See, look, this is perfect give and take.
Unless we look at the team and it's like this person was out and they didn't rotate them in, right? Like we can't speak without seeing the team.
Okay, fair. I'll pull them all up. All right. So before we end the show, Mike, you've already made a couple bold statements. All right. So usually, I ask questions at the end that would lead to those bold statements. You didn't need any encouraging. So thank you for that. But on your team right now, is there any epic moves or is there a target in your league? For those that are watching, is there a player out there that you're looking to trade for, that you're open for business?
Yeah. A lot of players.
Oh, okay. He's holding it tight. He's like, no, it's a lot. I get it.
Like making bold claims and trying to maneuver deals are different, right? So
yeah.
Bold claims I'll happily make. The maneuvering is a little bit like, but like in general, like I think like any of those top tier like running backs that have underperformed a little bit, the Kamaras, the Joe Mixons, they're good gets, right? Like Jay Jetta, like he's had 2 bad weeks. Like maybe you can get a good deal on him, right? Like the guys who are studs, get him if you can and give up something, right? So I don't know. It's all just it's wheeling and dealing and seeing what's there versus like really having a target of I got to get this person. In fantasy football, there's a price for everything, right? So like that's even going back to what I was saying with auction. It's like there's certain guys like it's like I don't like this person. This is fantasy football in general, not just auction, right? It's like, but if a person falls to if they're like $8, they might be a good deal. If they're in the 13th round, they might be a good deal. So it's like. I think it's take those big swings to try to really improve your team, which is like hard. But if you have the depth, you can like package guys up. Otherwise, sometimes it's just those marginal step zones. But it's always like any trade is a risk, right? So like you make a trade and like what you traded ends up excelling, and then what you got back flounders. So that's the nature of the game.
It's funny because I forgot who it was in the chat the last 2 weeks, but it was he was asking for advice on certain things, and you could tell every decision was based on the fact that he was in love with DeAndre Swift, and he doesn't have him yet, right? So it was like willing to give up a little bit more. Do you put some emotion in towards getting Jets players? Because I mean, based on your team, you were a real fantasy football guy. You focus on the stats and kind of stayed away from all Jets players.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had. Garrett Wilson looks good, right? I think Elijah Moore is a good guy to go get. I think he's someone who could be gotten for cheap. And like, I mean, he last year ending the season, he was top 5 for he's a top 5 scorer for I don't know 4 or 5 consecutive weeks, like something where he can put up those 20 points, right? I'm a who can help the team type of situation.
Yeah,
and sorry, another good thought on like the going to get a guy. You have look at the 0-3 teams, right? They're the ones that are going to be more likely to be frustrated with their team and feel like they have to shake it up. And like you might be able to get we have Jonathan Taylor. If we didn't have him on our team, he's a guy that you'd like go get him, right? From a team that's 0-3 that has him and needs some more depth in some way.
So everybody in the chat that's in my division, if you're 0-3. Come talk to me. Let's talk.
And if you're 0-3, I would suggest to like just ride it out a little bit.
Yeah, don't lose your cool.
Don't give away your team.
Oh, look. All right. Original gangster. After the spanking I gave him, after his loss this week, I put everyone on my team on the trading block.
That's kind of a good way to just like mess with people on your league too. Like you have no intention to actually make any move.
Yeah,
you just put them all everyone on the trading block. So they're like, ooh, I can get this person. And it's trades in fantasy is so funny because it's like, all right, you put Jonathan Taylor on the trading block. Someone gives you like a crazy bad offer because they're like, oh, well, you want to move him. It's like, I don't want to move him. It's like, I'll move him for the right price.
It's like taking phone calls, letting you know he's on the market, but you got to give me something good.
Yeah, always take phone calls, right? Like no one is untradeable in fantasy football.
So you know what? I'll ask you because I like to ask every guest advice for myself. I'm sitting there with Jackson and Burrow. Would you put Burrow on the trading block and see what get in return?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm a ride the one quarterback type of guy and understand that you can find someone serviceable
during the
on the wire. The conundrum is always like, especially with like Lamar, everyone has a chance at injury, but like someone who's running a lot has a slightly higher chance. But listen, like I don't know your exact waiver wire, but like I'd imagine you have like Mariota type player who's not like a stud in real life quarterback, but like if you have to play them for a few weeks, you can deal. I would rather solidify.
My issue, Mike, is I always get that fear of what if he gets injured, right? That's always my thing with the quarterback.
I play to win versus play not to lose, right? So
right, but if I'm winning 3-0 and I've got a weapon that I know would probably do really well for somebody else in my league, that's what it's strategic.
Yeah, but you
can
always like I would get Burrow for a player that can help you and score every week and play, right? That's what I would do. And
if someone wants to get
God forbid
wide
Lamar goes
receiver,
down, you can either find someone serviceable or make another trade and get a quarterback back, right? So
we got Jungle Goat
quarterback's pretty deep
in the chat. 9:00 tonight, him and Doughboy, the new KFFL After Dark, breaking down all the waiver wire. So if he himself is telling me 100% trade one of those guys, okay. So that's supposed
it
to
depends what you can get back, right? Always,
right.
So it's
All
not.
Right,
There's very few blanket statements in fantasy football that like, hey, this is a good move without knowing the context of the details.
Right. So Original Dankster, now that I know your entire team's up for trade, I'll go check it out after the show, and maybe we can talk. Because I'm guessing you need a quarterback. Well, I think that covers everything, Mike. I will be cutting these moments and putting them out tomorrow, so the world and everybody in the KFFL knows that Mike is coming ready to handle business.
No, I only want them to show up once I win.
Oh, okay. So hold it for now. Okay, those.
Those are just like archived moments that we can resurface when it happens. We don't need to like really put it out there.
All right. Before you go, you have your phone in front of you?
Yeah.
Grab your Sleeper app.
Mm-hmm.
What is your upcoming, as of right now, without the waiver wire moves, what does your upcoming game look like and who's favored to win?
1 second. I might have to make some moves, like as in like put like Mike Evans in.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I'm gonna pull mine up as well. In the chat, I didn't see anybody come at Mike or I to have a little side bet action. Like to see that starting. We may not be in the same division, but we can still bet against each other and put something on.
Cross league games should be fun.
I like it.
All right. Week 4. I'm projected to get 128 versus 124.
Okay.
52%.
And you're what right now? 1 and 2?
Yeah. Oh, and I do have Corey Davis on this team.
So do I. He did well for me week 1.
He's
always going to give you.
He's a guy that you're not going to want to carry your team, but I'd be comfortable plugging and playing him every week. Where like not every week, but like every time you needed it, right? Like he has a very solid chance of 5 catches and 60 yards with the upside of like more significant than that, of course.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I can count that he's going to give me those 8 to 9 points. And then if he comes in like he did that, I think it was week 1 or week 2 where he dropped like 16 for me. It's like, okay, great. That works out. Original Dankster projected for 114. Okay. Against Drew. Oh. Okay.
What's Drew's record?
Drew is 1 and 2.
Same.
I'm actually up against AJ this week, and he went with that whole Chiefs strategy. So I'm hoping this isn't like one of those Patrick Mahomes and them go crazy, because then
I feel like they're due. It's like they had like they didn't put up a crazy numbers last week or the week before, so.
You're projected 126 for week 4. Nice. All right. Thanks. I'm excited for 114. I mean, what did he put up this week? I forgot. What did you say you were projected, Mike?
128.
Yeah, I'm projected to take a spanking to Alex Taub.
What are you looking at?
It's projecting me at 109 and him at 125.
109.
Yeah. Do I have somebody out?
Share that. Let's. Is someone hurt? Do you have any zeros in there?
Yeah, feels low. Wait a second. That's horrible. Maybe I should put my tight end in. Okay, now with a tight end in, I'm projected 118.51 to 120.
Yeah, more reasonable. I was gonna.
Oh my gosh! Could you imagine? I didn't pay attention. You just went off with it. Oh, Sparty, what up, bro? You taking any side baits? Some little side bets, bro? Mike and I are ready.
I mean, we can also do side bets of who's going to score the least amount of points, right? But you have to you have to play reasonable players. Whenever there's like the lowest is the goal, you have to put in some sort of constraints. Can't play injured guys.
I can see a lot of 0-3 people doing that.
Yeah, dude, that mug is wild.
My Jets mug?
No, so it looks crazy.
The green screen
with the background, and like as it goes to your face, it's
shameless Jets plug moment. Perfect. PMix, I am projected 125. Man, I was feeling good this week. I was like, all right, maybe I'll be able to get up there. And then I really want to possibly get up there, get that $300 prize.
That's all we can hope for, Jigga, is just the possibility of getting up there.
Oh, you know what I just realized? Before we go, Sir Joe Candy.
Yeah, we're doing the duck race.
We're doing a duck race, people. We're about to end it before we do a duck race.
Oh, dang. That would have been anticlimactic.
Yeah, it would have been like, where's my money? So I believe it's first, second, and third win some moolah. And then he actually ended up doing the next 6 are getting like $25 thrown in to poker credits so they can go gamble their night away. All right, we got more projections. John, 136 projection.
136 is great. Who's on your team?
Seriously. Tell us your roster, bro. Oh, 3-0 in the Joe Candy Dynasty Memorial League.
That's quite a mouthful of a league name.
Yeah, for real. All right. He said give him a couple minutes. He's jumping on here for that. All right.
Joe Candy Dynasty Memorial League himself.
Yeah. Joe. Yeah. That's why we abbreviate things. Could you imagine if we every time had to say Knights Fantasy Football? Even that's better. That's way shorter than the Joe Candy Dynasty Memorial League.
Yeah, but JCDML doesn't really flow that great either.
John, who's on your team, bro? I want to know at 136. Pretty dope. So
yeah,
while we're waiting for Joe, and we've got people in the chat as well, when do you think Zach Wilson's coming back? And would you rush him?
I don't know, a week or two.
That's what they're still saying, right?
Yeah. I have no idea. Whatever I say, I'm just totally making up.
Well, here's John's team. He's got Hurts and Jones, Evans, Hill, Kelsey.
It's a balling team.
Not bad, bro. Not bad. What did you put up this last week, John? I would love to know.
Well, Jones didn't have that creative game. Like J-Rob had an okay game. Kelsey, like mid game for him. I bet he put up like 120.
Look at that. Mike just looking at the names and thinks. Agent Squirrel is playing who? Either not Mike, right? Oh, it must be against John Head. Well,
it could be.
Ooh, how about you guys put a side bet right now on the all right, whatever. Hey, Jungle Goat said he's down for a side bet, bro. We got some people thinking. Ooh, Agent Squirrel, what are you projected? Because John is against you. He put up 114. You said 120, right?
I'm 128.
No, I'm saying when you calculated his team just now.
Oh, for last week? Yeah.
Yeah, you were close. 114. Nice. Sparty, you want to share who's on your waiver wire, bro? Nobody wants to share their waiver wire. But Doughboy and Jungle Goat do. They're doing it all night long. I looked at some of their stuff that they're dropping tonight. Good stuff. Higher score, Mike? Steeds?
For week 4?
Oh.
I'll rock it. Let's go.
Oh.
Jonathan Taylor's due to have a good game. He's due to have a good game. So,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a binding contract.
Floor
here.
Steed.
Floor Steed, higher score between Jungle Goat and Mike O'Day for a Floor Steeds. Lock it in.
This is like the first cross league.
Little betting action. That's beautiful.
This you can clip it.
Oh, that is definitely going out. That is there's no question about it.
Good luck, Jungle Goat.
Dealer's choice. Oh, all right. Herbert.
Dealer's
I feel like
choice.
everybody is.
Oh, okay. Which steed?
For the
That makes
Steed,
sense.
Yeah.
So I just got a really good steed today in a trade, like premium steeds.
Nice.
Can't see it go in a week 4 bet.
Yeah, that just would have made sense. All right. Loser
Yeah,
sends
perfect
whatever
deal.
they want.
Let's rock it. Good luck. I like this. I like the action. I like the
That's
action
it.
just for action's sake.
Right here.
I don't even
Beautiful.
like. Obviously, winning's nice, but just like having action is part of the fun.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so I'm gonna get Joe Candy in here. Let's get this duck
Yep.
race.
Yeah. So
set
hon,
up.
before we're going, or as we're getting him on, so me and Sir Yams have something rocking where we saw that this was like actually a very viable betting strategy for like in historical records of like betting the underdog money line every single game, every single week. And 3 weeks in a row, we're up money. And it's great fun. Like we don't have like major units on it, but we're just more doing it for like science. But just talking about like having action on the game without really caring about the win. Highly. But we'll keep you posted on that too. Right now, I think we're up like 7 units through 3 weeks.
Hey, can't complain about that at all. Yeah. You know, talk about guys up on units. Our fight night boys, those boys are just killing it. And they're back tomorrow night, which is pretty dope. We'll plug that for everybody. I just timestamped the Michael Day and Jungle Goat bet is on the line.
We'll come back next week to talk about it.
Yes.
That during this show, that'll be the sending of the steed.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Making my job super easy, Mike. Appreciate it. Keep taking bets. Let's go. Anybody else? I heard Drew Austin wanted to do the same thing. He messaged. He's down for a side bet. Whoever's willing to do that. All right. So I think we
need to intertangle these leagues as much as possible. That's why the side bets of just like different leagues is fun. Yeah.
And now, you know, the updates are coming where there's more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be able to start seeing some of the scores from the other leagues and all that good stuff. Joe, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Mr. Candy, how you doing?
Good. How are y'all doing tonight?
Good, man.
Joe, what's up, man?
What's
Ready
good?
for this duck race.
Give away some money. Hopefully they bring it to the poker room, you know.
You want to break it down real quick for them, Joe, how the prize is working this week?
Yeah, we're going to give $200 to first place. We're going to give, I want to make sure I don't mess this up from what I said originally. 150 to second, 100 to third, 75 to fourth, and fifth gets 25. And then 6th through 10th, if they want $20 in credit in the poker room, we'll give them $20 in credit to the poker room.
Let's go. All right. So we've got a 2-minute race. I've never seen the duck race board so packed in my life. How many did we end up having in there?
Like 138. And right before my nephew hit the thing, right before he went to bed and deleted the entire list that I put in earlier. So I just had to retype all the names. That's what was taking me so long.
That's why Joe was like, give me a second. You're right there, guys. I was like, okay. All right, everybody in the chat is ready for this thing. What do you think, Mike? We should go full screen with this?
Yeah, I'm going to make a prediction. I see this one duck in there, Jigga. I think that one's going to come out with the win.
I sure hope so. I got some nights I need to buy. All right, let's do this. Start it up, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Money.
Let's go, Jigga. Come on, Jigga.
Come on.
Jigga, where did you go? You were in the front, and
That's
you've
it. I
fallen.
disappeared.
You've fallen way back.
That was the worst. Like I disappeared.
A lot of people are going to disappear. So many.
Maybe you're just in the pack, like behind like Happy Brandon or something.
Waiting to make the push.
Yeah.
Come on.
We got. I like J-Pow is just like Cruise City. Oh, look at this!
Mac
Look at this
Buff
homie with the
lineup.
mohawk.
Okay.
Evo Sancheros.
We've got 1:15 left in the race.
The Surfer Bob making the move from the back. Watch Surfer Bob.
Oh yeah, they're going.
I
haven't
seen you since the
all right, Joe, tell me now, bro. Did you just delete me once the race started?
I'm not even in here. I'm
wait, there I am.
Bob's out from nowhere.
No, don't go backwards. Go. Oh, you're floating.
Literally looks like you're rowing backwards. You just are.
He totally
that was so perfect. Where is Jigga? Where's Jigga? Oh, Jigga shows up. Goodbye.
Come on. All right, eagle putt. Ooh, moving up. Board zombie.
I feel like someone
seconds.
from the backpack is gonna like make a move.
Pop
late.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh,
Spend my dollar.
Nah,
Creeping
too early. Like based on how this is flowing, it's gonna be like someone with 12 seconds to go.
Someone's
gonna
gonna come in hot right here. Yeah, like this guy.
Yeah.
The great one.
Here we go. Like I'm like in this person. Oh no.
Wow, so many teases.
Here we go.
5 seconds.
Oh, they're pulling everyone back. Dirk.
My guy never showed up again, stupid dunk.
Dang.
First, Dirk. Second, Pasadena Pools. Third, Ben Walker. Fourth, Old Shovel Face. Fifth, Lucky Luke. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, I think it was, right? You guys have some poker money available to go away and spend it in the tavern.
Jigga, I would have loved if you just like, we didn't even see you, but somehow on this leaderboard, you were like in 10th. Like you just missed the line. Just like totally teasing you.
Oh, man. That's awesome. Joe, thank you so much for putting that together, bro. I know you'll reach out and have people reach out to you for all that good stuff. Thank you for everything you do for KFFL and everything you do for the Knights, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Joe,
Well, on that note, Mike.
Yeah, Jungle Goat. I'll see you here next week for the steed swap.
That's right. Next week, right here, seats. Oh, can we bet on the bet?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Let me think of a
Yeah,
good,
let's
good
try to
bet.
get action through the week on this. Jungle, we got to see your team.
Everybody in the chat, don't leave. We're gonna stop and we're gonna come right back with the KFFL After Dark with Doughboy and Jungle Goat breaking down waiver wires, all that good stuff. The fun's gonna continue. Mike, see you next week.
For the side action. How many derivatives? Jiggy, you got to find someone to bet. Take my side of the bet. Be on my team. Find someone to take Jungle Goat.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna make this happen. We're gonna make a one major bet. Awesome, Mike, man. Thank you so much for hanging out, man. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Always fun.
And guys, stay tuned. We're gonna start. We'll be right there. It's coming. Peace.